make a link also. For link, what I need to do, I need to upload it somewhere and then send you the link. Okay, fine, that I
Yeah,
can do.
upload it in Mediafire. It's quick.
Mediafire, I don't have. Does it need an account for
No, no, no.
Mediafire?
Just upload it. Just upload it there.
It doesn't
It'll
need
be
an
available.
account
It'll be available for 14 days.
for 14 days. Okay. Maybe I will see. I can also upload it to my Google Drive now, and I can share the link. It will be there
Like
for
sometimes Google Drive, you need to like allow the
give
person
permission.
every single time. Yeah.
No, no, no. I will if I do the link sharing. Na, if anyone who has the link can open the file, there is a permission like that also.
Oh, I didn't know. I shared link once. It allows.
It asks for permission usually, but there is one setting in which you can say that anyone who has the link can open the file. Okay, so let us talk about hydrogen. Hydrogen. Okay. Now, the first thing is that basics. The first element, atomic number is okay. Let us talk about atomic number. Atomic number is 1. What is the mass number?
1.
What is mass? Yes, mass number is also 1. Then we write about the atomicity, okay, in the elemental state. Elemental state. Like hydrogen, we will find hydrogen in what state? The element hydrogen is found in which state? Elemental state is H2.
Gaseous
And
state.
H2 gas, no?
Yes,
H2
sir.
state. H2 and the gaseous state. Very good. Now, this is known as dihydrogen. Some basic terminologies here. Dihydrogen. Right. Now, electronic configuration also I can show. Electronic configuration. Okay. Electronic configuration. What is electronic configuration? It is 1s1.
1s1.
Very good. What is the valency? Valency is 1. Oxidation state usually -1 in metal hydrides. If it is bonded to a metal, in metal hydride, okay, and usually it is +1. In metal hydride, it is -1. Okay, so these are basic thing about hydrogen. One more thing that we need to write about hydrogen is that, acha, anyone remembers or knows who discovered hydrogen? No? Okay, fine. Discovered. Acha, we will be invent hydrogen or discover hydrogen? Tell me. What is the difference between what is the difference between discovery and invention?
Sir, discovery
The
is
discovery is
discovered
like
and invention
found.
is made.
Okay. I heard something, but I could not hear about what Fahim said. I heard you, Hamza. Fahim, what did you say?
Discovery is discovered and invention is made. If that makes sense in some way.
Does it make sense? Discovery is discovered. You can reformulate this, no? You can reformulate your statement. Rephrase it in a better way, maybe.
Discovery means someone discovered it.
Arre, fir bhai. Discovery means okay. Discovery is used. Discovery is used if the substance in hand, what we're talking about, it already exists in this universe. Then it is discovered. For example, hydrogen. It was existing before it was discovered. It was existing. It is existing now also. So that is why we use the discovery word, because it already existed. We found it. Okay, so that is correct. So what about invention? For example, mobile phones. It was not present. We invented it. Okay, we invented mobile phone. Write this down. Let me know if you're done.
Done, sir.
Okay, so we have in hydrogen also one more thing you can write as hydrogen. So hydro, and this is another word that is gen. Okay. So hydro means water. Gen is from generator. And a generator. Hydrogen, that means water forming. Okay. Can I move on? Let us write position
Yes,
of
sir.
hydrogen. Oh, sorry, you guys don't have to write. I'm really sorry. मेरी आदत हो गई है. Okay. Position of hydrogen in periodic table. Position of hydrogen in periodic table. We have done this in we have done this in the periodic properties
Yes, sir.
chapter. But again, we have some new students. We have some new students here, so I need to say these things once again. I need to say these things once again. So please say, right? Since don't write hydrogen resembles both alkali metals and halogens, its position in periodic table is anomalous. And it is not fixed. It is not fixed. Okay, it is not fixed. Now, we will talk about the resemblance with resemblance with alkali metals. Alkali metals. Okay. Now, number one, the electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. So if I see the hydrogen 1s1, then we have lithium. What is the lithium? It is He2s1. After lithium, we have now sodium. Medium. Then what is here? Neon. Na? Neon. 3s1. Then further you have what? Potassium. Yeah, this is argon. 4s1. Okay. So as you can see, in group 1 elements and hydrogen, the last electron is entering the s subshell. The s subshell, right? It is entering what? It is entering the s subshell. Okay, so this is one of the this is one of the resemblance with alkali metals, right? And so another resemblance would be, you understand this? Yes or no? Tell me. Understand
Yes,
this now? Okay. Second point is the electropositive character. Electropositive means what? Tendency to lose electron. Tendency to lose electron. Both hydrogen and group 1 elements can lose electron. Is lagging?
yes, sir.
What about now? Is it still lagging?
Not now, sir.
Not now. Okay, fine. Both hydrogen and group 1 elements can lose electron and form cations, right? Can lose also one electron, can lose one electron and form cations. So for hydrogen, if hydrogen loses one electron, minus one electron, you will get H plus. Okay, you will get H plus. Now, if I have sodium it will lose one electron, and it will get what? Sodium positive. Okay, sodium positive. This H plus is known as proton.
Sir, are you lagging?
Am I lagging? Hamza, Hiba?
No, sir.
You
Not
were,
now.
but
No,
not
no.
now.
Not now, Fahim. Not now. Am I still lagging for you, Fahim? No. Okay. Third is valency and oxidation state. Salman, did you watch the lecture on oxidation number method for the balancing of redox reaction? Salman?
Yes, sir. I watched it again. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Are you clear with those points?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Valency and oxidation state. Okay. So both hydrogen and group 1 elements have valency that is equal to 1 and oxidation state that is equal to +1, right? Oxidation state that is equal to +1. Fourth is combination with electronegative elements. Combination with electronegative elements. So both hydrogen and group 1 elements form, both hydrogens and group 1 elements, they form binary compounds with halogens, oxygen, sulfur, oxygen, sulfur. So for halogen, I can say if I have, you can form HCl. Similarly, group 1 elements can also form NaCl. They form KCl. Now, if I will form H2O, similarly, they will form Na2O, K2O. And we can also form H2S. They also form, that means hydrogen can form H2S. They also form Na2S, K2S. Okay. So as you can see, one hydrogen with chlorine. Similarly, you will have 2 hydrogen with oxygen, and the group 1 elements will also have 2 sodium atom, 2 potassium atom with the oxygen and sulfurs. Okay. Also, one more thing. Hydrogen and group 1 elements both form peroxide. Both form peroxide. That is H2O2. This is hydrogen peroxide. And Na2O2. This is sodium peroxide. Okay. Sodium peroxide. Right. So these are various resemblance. You can also have some more resemblance. For example, if you do electrolysis of hydrogen and the alkali metals, both of them are liberated at cathode. Okay, so you can write another point.
Sir, will hydrogen and other alkyl metals form superoxides?
Hydrogen forms superoxides, right?
Yes, sir.
And what? So alkali metals, it also has what? Same type of oxidation number, right?
Yes, sir.
So it can also form. The
Okay,
stability
sir.
is a matter. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now there are other, like for example, I think superoxide of potassium is, I think it is quite common. In S block elements, you will learn about, maybe you will learn about the superoxide. I don't know if it is currently in NCERT or not. Okay. Superoxides can also be formed. Then next we have liberation at cathode. Okay, you can write this part. 4 is enough. Okay, 4 resemblance is enough. You will mostly get a question for this electronic configuration. Okay, mostly you will be getting for electronic configuration. Okay, let me write next point. You can keep this in your notebook. 5th point is liberation. Liberation at cathode. Okay, so if you have 2 HCl and if you do electrolysis, then H2 gas is liberated at cathode and Cl2 at anode. This is at cathode. Similarly, if I have NaCl and I do electrolysis, I will get sodium metal at cathode. Okay, and that will be at anode. 7th, reducing power, reducing agents. Okay, both are strong reducing agents. Okay, both are strong reducing agents. Write this down. Then we will look at the resemblance with halogens. Oh my God, why am I waiting? Are you guys writing? Tell me now. Are you
I
guys
was
writing?
confused, so I
No,
just
sir.
asked.
Arey yaar, you tell
Yes,
me,
sir.
huh? You tell me to stop, okay? You tell me that sir नहीं, sir लिखना नहीं है, okay? वो आदत है मेरी ना, इस वजह से I tell you that please start writing. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, then we will not discuss much about the resemblance with halogens. Okay, we will write a few points and then we can move on. I mean, you can. I think there are near about 7 to 8 resemblance with halogens that I can remember as of now. Resemblance with halogens. Okay. Now, in this first point, you will have electronic configuration. Electronic configuration. Excuse me. Okay, electronic configuration. Well, can write C. Both hydrogen and halogens are 1 electron less than the nearest noble gas, nearest noble gas configuration. Nearest noble gas configuration, है ना? Both hydrogens and halogens are what? 1 electron less than the nearest noble gas configuration. You will write it like this, okay? So see, electronic configuration, here we have written the electronic configuration 1s1. So if you write 1s1, then obviously it is not going to match it, okay? It is not going to match it, fine? But what you can write, both hydrogen and halogens are 1 electron less than the nearest noble gas configuration. This is the resemblance with the electronic configuration. Next is second point, the ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy. Okay. Now, in ionization enthalpy, the hydrogen's ionization enthalpy is 1312 kilojoule per mole. Okay. If you want to see the fluorines is a bit high, that is 1680 kilojoule per mole. But if you look at chlorine is really similar, 1255 kilojoule per mole. Okay, as you can see, these values are what? These values are very same. These values are very same. But if I compare, but sodium has, I think, around 500 kilojoule per mole. Okay, sodium has the ionization enthalpy of 500 kilojoule per mole. Now you can see that hydrogen is resembling what? The halogens. Okay, so if I look at the ionization enthalpy, we can say that hydrogen is resembling the halogens. So delta HIE, that is ionization enthalpy, is
So that is an exceptional case, right? In halogens.
what? What is an
About
exception?
chlorine and fluorine.
What do you mean exceptional?
Sir, exceptional case for fluorine
What
and
is
chlorine.
what is the exception? That is what I'm asking now.
So chlorine has high ionization enthalpy than fluorine.
No, chlorine has low, no?
Oh yes, sir.
I think you're talking about the bond enthalpy.
Bond enthalpy.
Bond enthalpy may have, there is an exception because of
Yes,
the lone
sir.
pairs of fluorine. We will the fluorine gets detached very easily
Yes, sir.
rather
Yes,
than
sir.
chlorine. Okay, so ionization enthalpy, we look at the atoms, not at the molecule. Okay, so
Yes.
ionization enthalpy of hydrogen. Ionization enthalpy of hydrogen is more closer to halogens than group 1 elements. Okay, next point.
So could you scroll a bit up?
You're writing.
No, sir. Just wanted to note down the ionization enthalpies.
अरे वो तो हम भेज देंगे ना. You will get this PDF ना.
Done, sir.
Okay. Fine. Now, next is I would say, what is the point number? Third point. This is the last point I will write. Okay, the diatomic nature. Okay, diatomic nature. As halogens, hydrogen also exists as diatomic gas. Okay, a diatomic gas. But the group 1 elements, exist as solid, right? Metals, they exist as solid. We have our hydrogen. It is now resembling as halogens, diatomic gas. Okay, we have H2, F2, Cl2, etc. Okay, also one more point you can add is that basically it is a non-metal, right? Hydrogen, it is non-metal. Like halogens, hydrogen is non-metal. Okay, hydrogen is non-metal. Done? Can I move on?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is the isotopes of hydrogen. Isotopes of hydrogen. Okay, so there are how many types of hydrogen? There are 3 isotopes of hydrogen. Okay, there are 3 types of hydrogen. So you write hydrogen. It has 3 isotopes. Number 1 is known as protium. The second one is known as deuterium. And the last one is known as tritium. Tritium. Okay, protium, deuterium, and tritium. Hydrogen, this is symbol is D, and for this symbol is T. Okay, for this symbol is T. Okay, Now, okay, I can write it like this. I hope all of you know the symbols. Let me write it like this here. Hydrogen 1 and 1. For deuterium, what is the mass number? This is atomic number is 1. The mass number is
2.
And for this deuterium, let me have-
3H1.
yeah, here I will write 3H1 only. You can write this as H, write this DS bracket here, and DS bracket here. Okay. What else? What else I can write? Okay, this is radioactive. I can write. This is radioactive. Okay, this is radioactive. Both of these are stable, non-radioactive. Okay, if I write stable, that means these are non-radioactive. You can also write one more point. Tritium emits beta particles. Tritium, it emits what? Beta particles, and the half-life of tritium is approximately 12.33 years. Okay. Write this. Let me. What about occurrence? What about occurrence of hydrogen? If I talk about the occurrence, what occurrence of hydrogen, what I can say? H2 is most abundant. H2 is most abundant element in universe. Okay, by mass. Even though it is the lightest element, but still it is the most abundant element in the universe by mass. Okay, it is approximately 70% of total mass of universe. So 70% of total mass of universe is what? It is only what? It is hydrogen. Next, also, I think it is quite abundant in it is quite abundant in what? In here also, no? In the Earth's surface. Although it is not very abundant in the atmosphere, it is abundant in the Earth's surface. I think it is second or third. I think I have to check this. Wait a second. Let me check this. Yeah, it is third most abundant. Third most abundant element in Earth's surface. Yeah. Now, I think the preparation part is removed from your syllabus. Let me just check that. Okay, you have hydrogen position, occurrence, isotopes, hydrides. Okay, so now we will learn about the hydrides of, yeah, the hydrides of, you don't even have properties. Okay, hydrides directly. Fine. So I'm telling you which portions are being removed. So preparation is being removed. Preparation of H2, properties of H2. Okay, properties of H2. Now in properties only, we will have come across hydrides, and from there we would have started hydrides. But I think we will directly start hydrides. Please write with me. Don't write with me, sorry. Hydrides. Okay, so H2 under certain H2 under certain condition reacts with almost all elements, but obviously except the noble gases, okay. It will react with almost all the elements. Okay, spelling is wrong. Except the noble gases, okay. It makes hydrides when combined with any element, okay, with any element. And there are 3 types of hydrides that we have to study. Hydride, there are how many types? There are 3 types. The number 1 is ionic. Okay, this is also known as saline. Okay, it is also known as salt-like. Ionic, saline, or salt-like hydrides. Okay. Next one that you have to learn is the covalent or molecular hydride. And the last one is the metallic. Okay. Metallic, and this is also known as or non-stoichiometric hydrides. Non-stoichiometric hydrides. Next, right. The what do we have? Ionic or saline hydride. What we need to study about these parts? Ionic, covalent, interstitial. Okay, we just need to study the types. These are stoichiometric. These are what? These are stoichiometric hydrides. How are these formed? These are formed by a reaction of H2 with S block elements. H2 with S block element. Okay. So for example, lithium hydride. What else you can have? You can have sodium hydride. You can have beryllium hydride, BeH2. Then you can have magnesium hydride, MgH2. Magnesium hydride. Okay. CH2, calcium hydride. Okay. Now write a note. BeH2 and MgH2 are polymeric in nature. Polymeric in nature. Okay, so how is the bonds here? How are the BeH2 and MgH2 are formed? Please write. We have beryllium. You will have hydrogen. Okay, we'll have hydrogen here. There will be another beryllium. There will be a hydrogen here. There will be another hydrogen here. Okay, now there will be some type of link between these. Okay, so there will be some bonding like this. Similarly, another also have beryllium, hydrogen, and hydrogen. Okay, so this will be going on. Okay. Now, what else I can write? About their structure, now whether they will be crystalline or ionic. Okay, so saline hydrides are crystalline in solid state. Okay, saline hydrides are what? They are crystalline in solid state. If they are crystalline in solid state and non-conducting, they conduct electricity in molten state. Okay, in molten state. Next, right? Next, I can write about the covalent or molecular hydride. Okay, so these are formed by dihydrogen H2 and elements of p block. Elements of p block. Okay, so for example, CH4, NH3, H2O, H2S, right? Also, you can write HCl. You can also write HF. Fine. You can also write PH3. So these are all the examples of what? These are all the examples of covalent or molecular hydrates. Now, this covalent or molecular hydrates, these are of three types. Please write. On the basis of number of electron in valence shell. Covalent hydrides are of three types. Okay, covalent hydrides are of what? Of three types. First one, electron deficient. Electron deficient. So electron deficient, they will have less than 8 electrons in valence shell. Less than 8 electrons in valence shell. For example, BH3. Okay, BH3, it exists as dimeric form B2H6. Okay, so it exists as B2H6. Sorry, B2H6. Now BH3 is what? It is having 6 electrons, and these are electron acceptors. So if they will accept electron, and hence they are known as what? Lewis acid. Hence known as Lewis acids. Second is electron precise. Okay, electron precise. So electron precise, in this you will have they have exactly 8 electrons in their valence shell. Okay, they have exactly 8 electrons in their valence shell. Okay, so in their valence shell, and no lone pairs. No lone pairs. all valence shell electrons are bonded. So for example, all the group 14 elements, CH4. Similarly, what you will have, silicon H4, okay, etc. So all of these are electron precise. Third is electron rich. Electron rich, okay. And these have excess electrons as lone pairs. Okay. So the examples will be hydrides of group 15, 16, and 17. Okay, group 15, 16, 17. For example, NH3. This is of group 15. This has one lone pair. Okay, so the nitrogen will have one lone pair. Similarly, if I go to H2O, now the oxygen will have group 16, two lone pair. Okay, similarly, you will have, let us say, HF. This is of group 17, and this will have three lone pairs. This has three lone pairs. Acha. Guys, you know these things, na? That oxygen will have two lone pair and fluorine will have three lone pairs by Lewis dot structures.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now, let me ask you one question. Compare the boiling points of H2O, NH3, and HF. Think about it and tell me. Compare the boiling point of H2O, NH3, and HF. So one thing that all of you can say that H2 will have the highest boiling point, right? Because NH3 ammonia is a gas, HF is also a gas. But here, if I compare between NH3 and HF, so H2 has the 100 degrees Celsius. NH3 has a negative boiling point, okay, minus 33 degrees Celsius. It points. What about HF? HF, it boils at somewhere around 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the order will be H2O, then HF, and then you will have NH3. Okay, and then you will have NH3, right? And this is also in accordance to the number of hydrogen bonds that can be formed. So this H2O water can form 4 hydrogen bonds. Okay, HF can form it can form 3 or around 3. It can form 1 molecule can form 3. Now NH3 it can only form 1 hydrogen bond. Okay, but another question. Compare the boiling points of hydrides of oxygen, carbon, nitrogen, and boiling point of nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine with the hydrides of hydrides of the subsequent element. In their group. Okay, so in this we can say that answer, since fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen form hydrogen bond, their boiling point will be higher than the elements, higher than the subsequent elements of the group. Okay. Okay, so I think I should stop here. We will learn about the metallic and non-stoichiometric hydride later, and then I think in the next class we can completely finish this off, because yeah, so physical and chemical properties of water, then heavy water and